What's something you want people to know about being young in Greenland?
We don't live in igloos.
It's not like in Europe where you can take a train from the UK to Paris. We're an island and we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
There's a lot of misinformation, misconception of Greenland. Beyond these stories that we hear, climate change, suicide rates, alcoholism, all that, and they disregard the majority of Greenland.
In my teenage years, I first got the idea of leaving Greenland because I was living in a very isolated place. There was this pressure to get an education, really excel in life, and you could only do that by leaving Greenland.
À plus de 2000 km au nord-ouest de l'Europe continentale se trouve la plus grande île de la planète, Nuuk. Le reste du monde la connaît sous le nom de Groenland. Les reportages sur cette terre mystérieuse vont rarement au-delà de ses glaciers ou de sa faune, mais son nom même signifie « l'endroit avec les gens ». Sur les 58 000 habitants et habitantes du Groenland, les jeunes adultes constituent aujourd'hui la population la plus importante. Et celles et ceux qui considèrent ces terres glacées comme leur foyer sont confrontés à un dilemme à l'adolescence. Rejoindre l'Europe ou rester sur place.
To other people, Galtasaw, it's just an airport. They almost don't even think that people live here, or maybe haven't even had a real thought about Galtasaw. I mean, there are only 400 or 500 people here, but it has a lot of meaning.
Athena va au lycée à Sisimiut, un village situé à 130 km de chez elle. Pour les vacances, elle est rentrée à Kangerlussuaq pour rendre visite à sa famille. Elle ne sait pas encore si elle veut poursuivre sa passion pour la musique ou commencer des études à l'université.
Growing up in Galtasaw I think it was great. I really liked being here because we weren't so many kids at the school and there was more opportunity to get to know each other on a way deeper level. We would mostly play outside. We had to hang out at a bus. Old American bus. We would also explore. So even though it's a small town, it's a very big place. It was like being on an adventure.
I love living in Nuuk. There's also always something going on and stuff you can do. I think sometimes people on the coast feel overlooked compared to Nuuk because there's so many people and it's much more a big city.
Nuuk est la capitale du Groenland et la plus grande ville du pays. Laura s'est installée ici il y a quelques années après avoir étudié au Danemark. Aujourd'hui, elle termine son master et travaille pour une organisation de défense des droits de l'enfant, tout en restant impliquée dans le milieu musical et culturel du Groenland. Laura est confiante quant à son avenir, mais comme beaucoup de jeunes, elle a souvent l'impression qu'on lui en demande trop.
Okay, so personally, yes. I have had a feeling since I was starting school that the adults are all the time I've heard so many times, you're the future of our country, you as a generation. So study hard. Okay, but pressure, anxiety.
In elementary school, my teachers would tell me, go get an education and then come back, because we need more educated people in Greenland and stuff. And that's true, but for me, it was more like a pressure. You have to have a bright future because you are the future of Greenland.
There's some things that you can study here, there's some things you can't study here, and then the obvious choice would be, okay, then you go to Denmark because you can study for free in Denmark because we're Greenlandic but we're Danish citizens and that whole thing.
On t'explique à quoi Laura fait référence. Au début des années 1700, des missionnaires danois norvégiens ont commencé à coloniser le Groenland pour exploiter ses ressources naturelles. Dans le cadre d'une mission dite civilisatrice, ils ont forcé les Groenlandais à se convertir au christianisme, puis ils ont supprimé leur langue et leurs traditions. Entre 1814 et 1953, le gouvernement danois a fait du Groenland sa colonie. Tout au long des années 60, le Danemark a mené une politique de modernisation de l'île et d'industrialisation du secteur de la pêche. Un processus qui a provoqué une urbanisation rapide et obligé des familles entières à déménager et à se séparer. Le Groenland a fait son premier pas vers l'autonomie en 1979 à l'occasion d'un référendum intitulé The Homeworld Act. Et peu de temps après, il a voté pour quitter l'Union européenne. En 2009, l'île a étendu son autonomie et a fait du kalaallisut la langue nationale officielle. Aujourd'hui, le Groenland est une région autonome au sein du royaume du Danemark. Les lois adoptées en 2009 reconnaissent les Groenlandais comme un peuple à part entière. Mais comme le Groenland n'a pas encore acquis son indépendance totale, ils sont officiellement des citoyens danois.
So what do you say when people are like, but it's a part of Denmark, so it's European?
People say that a lot. Greenland is a part of Denmark. It's not. It's colonized by a European country. It has ties to Europe, but it's not Europe.
I don't like that relationship, that they have the upper hand. It makes me feel like we're just like an object.
L'héritage colonial du Danemark fait que les jeunes générations appréhendent difficilement leur identité. Et la langue joue un rôle important. Si le kalaallisut est la langue officielle du pays, le danois reste largement utilisé.
A lot of people have presumptions about you because of how you look. If you're European looking, if you're Danish looking, you feel like you have to make up for the way you look by speaking the language. I mean, that's at least how I feel. Like, if I'm in the supermarket and I'm standing in line, you know, the cashier is gonna speak Greenlandic to the people in front of me, and then when it comes to me, they're gonna like switch to Danish, and you know, it can be kind of like a punch in the gut. Like, they think I'm a tourist or something.
Mais il n'y a pas qu'au Groenland que les jeunes sont confrontés à ces problématiques identitaires. Lorsqu'ils partent faire leurs études au Danemark, les Groenlandais font face au choc culturel et subissent du racisme.
I was 16 when I first saw a tree. So that was wild, you know. And the air was weird, heavy, and wet, and just uncomfortable.
Fari vit avec sa petite amie à Qaqortoq, dans le sud du Groenland. Ces 4 dernières années, il a étudié dans plusieurs universités danoises. Aujourd'hui, il est soulagé d'être rentré chez lui. L'année prochaine, il espère intégrer le cursus de sciences naturelles qui vient tout juste d'être créé au Groenland. En attendant, il travaille comme professeur remplaçant et œuvre pour les jeunes de sa communauté.
I grew up in Bangladesh. I didn't start school till third grade. First, second, and third, I didn't go to school because I was supposed to be a hunter. That's where my grandparents were. But my mom, she wanted me to go to school. So we went from Partir to Nuuk. When I was in Nuuk, I had a whole community of friends, family, and all that. I think I went like 8th or 9th grade. She talked about, you should go to boarding school. It would be good for your grades, it would be good for you, and yeah. And they mostly talk about how great it is.
I left Greenland in 2017. Yeah, whenever I met up with other Greenlandic students, they would talk about microaggressions they had experienced or racist comments and stuff like that. I think I was lucky. I think the types of people that choose to study anthropology are maybe a bit more open to differences in the world. But then when I met people studying other things, then sometimes I would get a bit of that.
The first week someone threw a swastika at my door and then the words Eskimo Paga, which is like Eskimo N-word. So that happened. And small little comments. That happens a lot too.
Fari n'a jamais été soutenu par son école et les comportements racistes n'ont jamais été sanctionnés. Alors il a tout fait pour être transféré dans un autre internat. Fari n'a pas eu l'impression d'avoir le choix à ce moment-là, ni lorsqu'il s'est inscrit à l'université. Les diplômes qui l'intéressaient n'étant pas proposés au Groenland, sa seule option était d'aller étudier au Danemark, où il a de nouveau été victime de discrimination. Maintenant que le Groenland propose des études de biologie, il peut enfin poursuivre ses rêves sur son île.
I love it here because firstly it's my home and I feel home here. It's my whole community, it's my circle of friends, circle of family, all of it is here. It's in the right place between not developed and developed, so it's like you yourself can do things about it. So that feels good.
Si ces jeunes choisissent de rester au Groenland ou d'y revenir, ce n'est pas pour faire plaisir à leurs aînés. C'est une décision consciente. Car c'est ici, sur leur terre, qu'ils veulent se créer des opportunités et construire leur avenir.
It isn't like I'm staying or I'm leaving. It's in between thing, for me at least. I think it's great that I was born in this time. A lot of young people want to make a change. For myself, I want to create music to, inspire my peers. I have so much to say and stuff that I think people my age can relate to. Whatever makes sense to me when I'm done with high school, gymnasium, is what I'm gonna do.
It's easy in Greenland to have influence. Power distance, like the distance between me as an ordinary person and the people that are in charge of the country, it's not that big. Politicians are accessible. They're more accessible here, I think, compared to Europe, for instance. I'm here because why not? I think Greenland holds a lot of opportunities if you want to catch them.